Overall, what was your thoughts on tonight's game?
Well, we worked on passing and shooting the puck quite a bit this week. So the last 2 weeks, the two major themes were the one-on-one battles and passing and shooting the puck. And then it sounds very simple when I say it like this, but we put them in positions to pass the puck under pressure, to execute plays under pressure. And I thought the guys responded well. They worked extremely hard the last week. Well, they did for the full season, actually. But it was just a matter of connecting. I thought we had better chemistry offensively, and something we didn't see the first 7 games. Really liked our second period. I know they scored those 2 goals, and they scored that second goal against. It's a one mistake. Third goal against, I think might be some interference there, but it happens during the games. But we gave up 3 scoring chances against the whole period. That's pretty solid. If we do that consistently, we're not going to be able to sustain that kind of play all the time, but I thought we spent a lot of time in the offensive zone and moving and attacking the net and people at the net. So I liked our game. And then all of a sudden, first thing you know, it's 4-4. And our bench was really good. Good composure, good confidence. I thought the guys played a good game.
You started off with Heinola and Niku pairing.
Yeah.
Yesterday you talked about how deceptive they were. Today they were cycling the puck like crazy. What did you see from those two together?
Yeah, you know what? When they have the puck, they're really dangerous and very dynamic. But there's a part to it, and I told them that. I said the danger with those two when they play together is a bit of lack of respect to the game and the opponents, because they're so good at making plays. They're going to try, and they might push the limits when they don't have to. So what they need to be really smart at respecting the game and making the plays that they see. And yes, we want them to make everything that they see, but that's their ability. They see plays that other players don't see. But when they're going to start, if they start trying to force things, that's when they're going to get in trouble. But other than that, and that's just a warning. But they're quite dynamic. I mean, together it's and they can communicate to each other on the ice in a language that nobody understands. So that's good for them. I think there's a good chemistry between the two of them.
What was your thought when J.C. Lapont gets tossed almost right out of the within the first minute?
Well, it's a judgment call for the referees. I just thought that J.C. went on the ice a bit frustrated because the other player just played with the puck in front of our net, almost put it in the net, and then he's in front of our bench. And I thought the two guys wanted to go. I didn't look at it again on the video, but I thought we managed well. It gave somebody else an opportunity to play more minutes.
Well, speaking of opportunities, Nelson Nogier comes in as a forward. I know he was an option to play D if you needed him because you put Kawanke in and you had Luke Green in.
Yeah.
But what did you think of Nogier? First of all, being as a more veteran guy, relatively speaking, being willing to do that, play that role for your team, and also how did you like his game overall?
Well, quite amazing for him to do it, and I spoke to him the night before just to make sure he was fine with it. But I thought his first 2 shifts he was a little bit looking around and he wasn't sure. He asked a lot of questions to Marty Johnston before the game, our forward coach. But I thought after that he settled down and he played pretty solid, getting the puck out, good on the forecheck, good stick, good awareness. When he was our high forward, his backward skating is obviously at the level of a good skater, good backward skater. So I thought he managed transition pretty good myself. It's not easy to do, but it tells you a lot about the kind of person he is, the attitude that he has, and what he brings to our team, and he's willing to do whatever it takes for our team to win and be successful and be part of it. So, and then at the end, I don't know if you saw it, but we put him back on defense when we needed to protect the score. So, if he gains the ability to play as a forward and as a D within the same game, we're just adding to his toolbox. That's something that not too many players can do.
At the end of there was a 1 minute almost cycle of Heinola and Niku in the offensive zone really controlling play, and then the play ended by Niku maybe doing one too many moves at the blue line, a dangerous area. Is that the kind of stuff you're referring to, as in the maybe extra move and such? One too many.
Yeah.
And with that said, is that kind of what Niku's biggest point is to get to the NHL? The biggest kind of difference?
No, I don't think. I don't think that's what he does really well here and at the NHL level. I don't think that's. I think his game without the puck is what he needs to get really good at in order to get back to the NHL. Having said that, his number one quality is to move the puck, and he has to do it right and do it consistently. That's how he can separate himself from the other defensemen. And I think in this case it's play minutes, gain confidence, get back, game shape kind of approach, and we'll go from there. But it's a day at a time with Sammy.
Seth Griffith has a huge night tonight. We just talked to Cam Schilling, who was saying he's kind of a stabilizer in the sense that other guys aren't squeezing their stick as much because Seth's going to get his points. How big is he for your club and your entire forward core?
Well, he's you know what? He's a guy that other players want to be around him because of his attitude. So it means something when a guy like him, because of everything that he does as a teammate, when a guy like him is struggling, everybody's cheering for him. Everybody is trying to support him, but he stays very positive. He's obviously he has a lot of experience, and he scored a lot of goals, and he's got a lot of points in this league. And he's a guy that can change the game just by making a good play. It seems like him and Shibazov right now are having good chemistry. Harkins is doing an amazing job in the middle, so that's a good line for us. We're not gonna touch that one, promise. But you know what? It's I thought he had a real good Jets camp. He showed up in camp in real good shape. He was moving right at the Jets camp, and it just slow start. But now we can see the Seth Griffith that we signed up.
What do you think about your netminder this weekend?
I think that he's. I think that he's an amazing prospect. I think the things that he does on the ice is quite unique. Teams will have to change the way they play against us just because of him. Is there a few goals that I didn't like? Absolutely. But he's a young goaltender, and we have to remember that. So my questions are, do you battle hard? Do you get better and every day? And can we coach you? And he's very, very open to being coachable. He works extremely hard. He competes really hard. So it's just a matter of 1 inch here, 1 inch there. I think he's going to be just fine.
Do you guys plan on having him continuing to play these back-to-backs in a row, or is that something?
No, if we can. I had a few discussions about that with former goaltenders, NHL goaltenders, and they say most of the time we feel pretty good on the second game of a back-to-back. Depending on how, you play a game and you give a lot of shots, the goalie had to work a lot. Maybe if your plan was to play the same guy on back-to-back, maybe you have to change your plan. But other than that, I like to give him the opportunity. He played good yesterday. He was busy, but not overly busy. And then today, at times he was busy, but halfway through the game, I think he had only 12 shots against. So, and that was another challenge for him. He's not busy, and all of a sudden he's got those quality shots coming at him. Something he'll have to learn to manage the game. But you know what? I have no problem playing goalies back to back.
Coach, do you have a word about Cam Schilling? Played in his 500th AHL game today. Scored 2 goals.
Yeah, amazing. He's what he brings to our team is quite something. He's got great leadership. He works. This guy competes hard, really, really hard. And we told him everybody was happy for him because it was announced publicly, just like yesterday for J.C. Lepond, 400 games. But there's a reason why those guys stay around, and Cam deserves what he gets right now, and he played a good game. But to play 500 games at the pro level, it means a lot about the player.